I don't know.
But he's not you.
No.
Not you.
No, it's like going to an all-inclusive in Mexico
It didn't feel right.
and ordering you order a
I
vodka
felt like we were
soda.
cheating and it didn't feel right.
You order a vodka soda, or you get the casino drinks.
Right.
It's not the fucking same.
No, it's not.
You're like, this is watered down.
No.
I get there's vodka in here, but is there really vodka in here?
No.
Alchemy Studios, maybe the Grey Goose.
The Grey Goose, that's good.
The Kettle One.
The Kettle One. People love the Kettle One.
I love Kettle One. It's good, not a bad vodka drink. I just like it. There's a taste.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. That's right. Relax, man.
At least I'm drinking singles, you degenerate.
Hey,
What's the matter with you?
What are you guys on the podcast? You throw me under the bus. Relax.
I didn't know Jeff was going to start the
Take
music.
it easy.
I'm just saying,
Take
right?
it easy.
No, I'm just saying.
Relax.
I like the
New
singles.
year, we're gonna
Tribes
cut
of
each
it.
other down. Thank you,
You're
Jeff.
crazy. The doubles.
We're gonna cut each other already.
You've technically had.
It's 2019.
Like
I
19
thought
drinks.
the whole thing was gonna be you and I. We're gonna be on the same page. You know, being good to each other, being good to our fellow man.
I know for a fact that not drinking anymore was not.
Oh, no,
your
no,
New
that
Year's
is
resolution.
not- no.
And
Not-
neither was mine.
No.
Speaking of drinking, so
Yeah.
every week we come in here, minus
Sure.
last week.
Yeah.
Sorry, fans, I didn't realize you needed us.
Wow.
Holy smoke, guys!
Buddy.
You think we could take a week off?
Yeah, it's, you know what? I kind of liked it. I wanted to be in need.
It feels, it makes you feel a
And
little
you know what was
wanted.
weird? It was from a lot of family. It was a
Yeah.
lot of friends. Hey, where's the podcast, guys? Where's last week's podcast? Well, guys, we took a week off.
You know,
Who the hell do
the
you think
roster's
you
chiming
are?
in. They're
The
like, when are you
roster is
doing it?
chiming
What's
in?
happening?
What's going on? Are you
So-
guys off the air?
So,
That's what they thought.
so speaking of booze, like I said, we usually grab a couple beers when we come in here.
Sure.
So there's a liquor store just down the street.
It's over here.
So check this out. I get in there.
Yeah.
No one's there. So the beer section's in the back.
Right.
You know what I'm
I
talking
saw
about.
it, yeah.
So it's in the back. So as I'm walking in, the bell chimes up.
Yep.
And the guy comes out of the beer section in the cooler.
Yeah.
He comes in, he's like, "Can I help you?" I go, "Yeah, no, I'm just going in here." Approves. Okay. He goes, "Okay." Holds the door open for me.
Oh, that's very nice of him.
Okay, that's a good start. Great customer service.
Nice.
Nice. He's near the door. I walk in.
Yeah.
The guy's behind me
Okay.
the whole time. Like,
Oh.
I'm like, I looked here.
Yeah.
He's literally right behind me. Can I help you with anything? I'm like, no, just I'll find some.
Yeah.
Every step I took, he took a step. And I mean, when I'm telling you, behind me,
Yeah.
he wasn't even more
Weird.
than 2 feet.
They must have just been robbed.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't. He was right there.
Right
And
there.
then I grab the Peronis that
Yeah.
I got here.
Yeah.
He cuts in front of me. Now you got to think. I grab the Peronis. I
Yeah.
turn around.
Yeah.
Right at this point, he's behind me again,
Right.
but he cuts in front of me
Right.
to open the door for me.
Right.
At first, I was creeped out, but after that, I think I may have stumbled upon the greatest liquor store of all time.
yeah,
the
customer
customer service is a 12 out of 10.
It is what it is. It's the new year. He must have a resolution where he's going to be the best
I don't
liquor
know,
store.
man, but this guy, I felt like
The maitre d'.
I felt like a sheik from like Saudi Arabia. You know what I mean? I felt like one of those princes. All I'm missing is a diamond Lamborghini.
That's it. That's all you're missing. It's not a big deal.
Did you say the Greek sheik?
I did. The Greek Sheikh, I like
You
it.
want to know what's funny? Some people that are listening to this podcast, that was actually a nickname of mine circa 10 years ago. So
The Greek Sheikh.
the Greek sheik.
That's good.
Yeah, it's you know what?
That's not bad.
I was making a little more money back
Let's
then.
call it, you know what? Episode 64, The Greek Sheikh. I like it. I like this a lot.
That's like your wrestling name.
That's fantastic.
Can't be denied.
So how was New Year's?
You know what? New Year's was really good. It was quiet. We didn't do much. You know, we got the little one. So
Yeah.
look, you either find a babysitter to go out. We're not ready to do that right now. I didn't mind it being quiet. Just made a nice dinner.
It's the best.
Yeah, sure. I whipped up a 5-course meal for my wife. I just, whatever.
no
I
big
do
deal.
that in my sleep. No big deal. But which I did. That's the truth.
Right.
But it was nice. It was quiet. Did the countdown. Fell asleep right after. What about you?
Me, same thing. Honestly, we stayed in, relaxed, and a couple of ribeye, 10 ounce, bone in. No big deal. As I
You
don't
went
wanna talk about-
ribeye, eh?
I went ribeye.
I went beef Wellington.
Nice.
See what? Who did they marry?
Yeah, the ladies are lucky. The ladies, our wives don't listen to the podcast, do they?
They don't.
No.
They don't listen to us when we
But
talk.
for the rest of you that do,
Yeah.
just know our ladies are lucky.
yeah,
Yeah.
They got a couple Greek sheiks.
That's right. They got a couple of Greek chicks. That's right. That's right. Listen, man, we took a week off, and it seemed like the whole world went right by us.
You think we were
Like,
trying to
is
build
this
a wall?
2020 or 2019?
Like we didn't shut down the White House, everyone. We just wanted to take a week off.
Just 1 week,
We're
guys.
not building a wall.
It's not
We're
a big
just
deal.
Take
We'll
it easy.
Jeff will fix this all up for us, and it'll be on. It'll be on right away. Holy moly! All right, what do we got on the show itinerary today?
Look, today we got action packed. We missed 2 weeks.
We missed
we
2
got to
weeks.
catch up.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk a little NHL.
Okay.
We're gonna talk a little NBA.
I like it.
We're gonna even talk some MMA boxing.
I like it. You know what? There was a lot going on in that.
We're even gonna talk NCAA.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Lots of things were going on.
We gotta hit the sports folio.
We got to hit Sportsfolio.
Mitch, do we have Maga versus Malaka today?
We do have Maga.
Yes.
Yes. You can't start 2019 without a little Maga Malaka.
And I'll tell you what, you can't start 2019 without either.
What's that?
Because before we get into anything on the show,
Don't
and
do it.
I mean anything,
Don't you
oh,
dare.
you damn right, so I'm going to do it. And Jeff, for 2019, cue the music.
That was gold.
I love it. We have to bring to you the Macromind Media metrics of the week. Macromind Media. Macromindmedia.com is the genius behind reallockerroomtalk.com. Don't believe me? Why don't you get off your lazy ass and go check out the portfolio one time in your life and see what they're doing for people. Don't stop there. Get into Headversity, where you can hashtag AskDrRT anything you want on topics of mental health, mental illness, and everything geared around. It's fantastic. Macromindmedia.com. Please go check it out. You want to hear a metric?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw a real metric. Now, we're episode 64, but I'm going to throw a new number at you.
I'm listening.
Number 41.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
That means that's how many people from the Calgary Cavalry support group went
Yes.
to show their support preseason at Bonacera, home
Yes.
of the 10-cent chicken wing, Wednesdays and Saturdays.
All day long.
And apparently sometimes on Mondays.
Sometimes.
Sometimes they'll do it. That Nick, he's crazy.
Show up and we'll tell you if they're
people.
on.
So roster member Tasso.
Right.
He's big into soccer. Right?
Yeah.
He's a huge soccer guy. Me and him, we got Calgary Cavalry season tickets.
I also got.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. You have them as well. So, they're looking to set up shop. When there's an away game, where else are you going to see
Where
it?
are you gonna go?
So they said, let's get some of the people together. They want to check out some venues. But 41 people came. They had an excellent time. And I can't wait for the season.
Yeah, brother Nick was there to represent the Bonacera crew. Tasso, excellent work on getting this crew out there. And I apologize to the Calgary Cavalry that I wasn't able to meet you guys firsthand. But boy, do you look like a fun crowd. A fun crowd.
I can't wait.
And can I just say, we also have pizza. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. I know you guys are still making your decisions.
It's in my top 3 list.
It's a top 3.
I had a couple months ago, the day when we stopped by.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a top 3 pizza. I can't give you number 1. You got to work for it.
You got to go for it. Anything else? We got anything else going on?
Well, I'll tell you what, on the topic of metrics and downloads,
Yeah.
this isn't the only place we get them. There's another place.
No, there isn't.
Yes, there is.
Where?
Well, see, you take a week off and you forget this stuff, Mitch.
Okay.
There's a little website, a little radio station.
Right.
And by little, I mean huge, called Agape Greek Radio.
Oh, right.
AGAPE GreekRadio.com, where you can stream Real Locker Room Talk Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's the weekend warrior of podcasts. They put us on the marquee lineup because, I don't know, maybe because we're unreal and we're probably going to win Best Ethnic Radio Show next year.
Don't jinx us.
But-
Don't do it.
But the thing is,
No. I thought we were going to start off clean this year.
I can't do it.
Yeah. You're addicted to it.
I got to share something with you. Our audience here was asking me, so what happens here? Do you just record the show and then when people mess up, you back up and you edit it back together? And no. We don't do any of that. We just go for it right from the top down.
Exactly.
That's right. It is.
That's right.
It's a live show. It's an
live.
unlive show.
It's an unlive live
It's
show.
an unlive live show.
Yeah.
This is a one take.
This is it, Maddie. And by the way, our
wives call
attendance has doubled.
So
Yeah. Obviously everyone knows who Jeff is. He's the man, the myth, the legend. Jeff is here from Alchemy Studios.
That's right.
And then we have our new
Yeah.
marketing manager.
Hey guys,
So
Welcome to the podcast,
Matty T.
Matty T.
thanks for having me, guys.
No
It's a
problem.
pleasure to watch us in this
That's
booth.
right. So
Yes.
Matty, we got big. Look, we told you that we got big plans. We're not going to tell you exactly what Matty T does, but we're going to tell you exactly what Matty T does.
But hold on. You were going to say something about Agape
I'm done
Greek
now.
Radio. You're done? You
I'm
don't want to
done.
say his name?
No.
You're not going to say it?
Are you
say
crazy?
it.
Of course I'm going to say it. Stan the man is, God bless you.
Maddie, one day we'll explain to I'll explain to you who Maddie is, who Stan is.
Stan is the man, and, if I win an Oscar
Right.
or a Golden Globe, they were on the other
They
week.
were.
I think the first guy I thank after God, I
Right.
got to do the God thing.
You do.
It's Stan.
It's Stan.
I think I go Stan.
You think God? You think Stan before God?
No, God then Stan.
God then Stan.
Well,
that makes sense. Well, I don't know. The way you talk about Stan, you might as well just say it.
We're friends, damn it.
And then finally, I want to also say it. What are you doing on January 26th, 2019? Like literally 2 weeks away. I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to get your ass down to the Calgary Greek Poker Tournament, 11th annual. You're going to get down there. It's $250 buy-in. It's the greatest charity poker game you've ever been a part of. It's so fun. It's exciting. $250, what does that get you? It gets you your buy-in. It gets you a free prime rib dinner. It gets you booze. It gets you food for later on. And you know what else it does? And there's no number on this. A lot of good times.
Look, it is such a good tournament. It is such a good time. It's excellent. So yeah, the buy-in is $250. Gets you all those things that Mitch just mentioned right now. What it's also going to get you is to be in a place with a great group of people. The other thing is a portion of it can be tax deductible.
That's
so
right.
There is the benefit there. But on top of it, just so everyone understands, and we brought it up, but our good friend Vic Alefantis, he was really the spearhead behind this Greek poker tournament for 10 years. And suddenly, of course, he passed away in 2018. And 25% of the proceeds are going to go to the Scleroderma Foundation. And that was something that Vic was battling with for quite some time. And it's a great tribute, not just to him, but to a great cause and people that are in need. And, without the support that we give in philanthropy to charities, I mean, these charities, they're really moving the dial in terms of research and really getting things done. So I can't stress that enough. But we always ask you, do you got to be Greek to come to this thing? No, you
Absolutely
do
not.
not.
No.
The attendance is not predominantly Greek. It is open to anyone, please. The website
is calgaryhellenic.com. What you're going to do, you're going to go to that website, you're going to register, get your seat early. Because last year we sold out. We got a couple of more tables this year just to make sure we take care of the overflow, if you will. But be the first 100 because it's important. The first 100 makes it all happen. After that is just fun times. More money to be made, for everybody.
It's unreal. And if you make the final table, you're guaranteed a prize. Mm-hmm. You can go into the 50-50 draw, which is really fun. And just so you understand the prize, like I say, 1 year I came in second. I got a $1,500 travel voucher anywhere in the world from Omega.
Gold bar. There's
Omega
a lot.
Travel,
Guys, there's so many prizes.
It's unreal. Matt, you're a poker guy. Why don't you come to
Matt's
this thing?
coming.
Matt's
Of
coming.
course he's coming.
Yeah, why not?
He's juiced in now. Jeff's coming too.
There you go.
There it is.
Amazing.
Done. Listen, man, we got to get going. We got to get going.
There's too much to talk about.
Too much to go. Matt, get ready. Sit down, relax, watch this.
Yeah.
This is where the magic happens, Matt. This is why we brought you in.
This is why you had to see it to believe it.
You couldn't believe it. It's one thing to listen to it. It's another thing to see it.
He's still dumbfounded that there's no rewind button.
Does he work out? He looks like he works out. It's not bad. Looking good, Matty. Looking good, bud. All right, let's get started.
Matt, take off the shirt. Hold on. Take off the shirt.
You know what? This is a shirt.
Roll it up a little.
Yeah, shirtless show.
Do something
Matt.
for us.
Take off the show.
Come on.
Come on, Matty. No one sees it.
Joke's on you. There's no podcast. Let's start with the pants.
If anyone was in doubt that you guys are Greek, that's done now.
The alchemy sign's falling off. It just says Jeff's Pleasure House.
I got the porno couch right here.
You know what? We've never taken advantage of that porno couch.
No, we always say we're going to.
But we never do.
You know what? Maybe I'm being for it. Jeff, can we just have a set of keys? We'll be responsible.
You've known us now for a year.
We'll lock up.
So what else do you need from us? Our credit's good. We've never been behind on our payments. Or my payments.
Well, yeah, hold on a second here. Let's not jump the gun.
All right, let's get started. We got to get going because there is a lot to talk about.
Okay.
We're going to start with the NHL.
Yep.
Let's start with a little appetizer, a little NHL, but not just NHL, hockey in general.
Yes.
So during this holiday season, the IIHF, or as we call it, the World Juniors is on. It's
the EHF.
The EHF.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best tournaments around, but right before we took off and took a week off, we said, hey, is this tournament really catching any fire amongst us, amongst our buddies, this, that, the other? And the reality is, not this year. It wasn't a big thing. Canada playing out of Vancouver, everyone was excited. Canada goes out, dominates game one, 14-1 or something, or 14-0 against Denmark. And then from there, they played some good hockey and they got themselves to the playoffs. Well, in round number 1, who do they take on? They take on the Finns. And I'm sure by now everyone saw what happened. Unfortunately, they lost that game in a weird, dramatic fashion. But let's back it up a little bit. What did we talk about a couple of weeks ago, Dimitri, when we talked about European hockey?
Mitch, you were right. We talked about the fact, okay, it's lackluster because the players aren't there in terms of the draft class that we want to see that gets that hype around. But you said that Canada, you got to be careful. The world's catching up.
Yeah.
And it is, and it did. And I mean, yeah, it was an early exodus for the Canadian junior team. But at the same time, I don't think it would have mattered when they played this Finnish team.
No.
You know, you brought up a good point earlier when we were talking. You said, okay, look, Canada, you can blame the stick thing all you want. I get it. Look, shit happens in sports.
It does,
okay,
man.
It does. But Mitch, you brought up the best point. They beat Russia. They beat Canada. They beat US on the way to win this thing. Okay, yes, Canada, you got to smarten up because you stopped and the world's growing.
That's right. Absolutely. Don't take it for granted because Kiko Kako, my 2019-2020 Rookie of the Year, tore it up. He was a little slow getting out, but the Finnish are coming on strong. But again, to our point from a couple weeks ago, isn't it weird? We talked about it. We said, hey, Canada, where's the big hockey going on? We haven't seen it for a little while. And unfortunately, we were proven right. Not that I wanted to be proven right, but it's being proven right that the rest of the world has caught up to Canadian hockey and is starting to dominate it. So We'll see what happens. But staying on hockey, let's jump over to the NHL, where everyone wants to get to.
This is what we need.
Exactly. Let's quickly touch because, we don't like to talk the local stuff too much.
Touch and go.
Touch and go. Let's talk about the guys that live here, play here, the Calgary Flames, on fire. Second best
no pun
team,
intended.
Literally, second best team in the league, only behind Tampa Bay. By the way, they are huge lead on everyone else.
But isn't that funny? I was looking at it today, the stats.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, then Calgary.
Yeah.
Do we smell a 2004 rematch?
Could you see it?
Because that would light Jeff's pants on fire.
That would get everyone going.
Jeff, do we go to Tampa if that happens?
I think so.
Sure, yeah, I'm in.
I don't think he actually wants to do the podcast. He just wants to go to Tampa Bay.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But I'll do it.
No, you're right, man. It could be circa 2004.
The Flames are playing extremely well. The trade definitely panned out, but man, there's something different. I don't know what to put it to, other than a little bit of everything. It was the trade that happened. So it's the players, it's the coach,
everything.
Maybe it's the culture. Everything's just
the only
working.
thing we're missing here is a little bit of stellar goaltending right now. We're kind of winning with kind of back and forth, but hey, bottom line, we're winning, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Look, people can complain about the goaltending, and I get it, but they're in second place, so it's not bad.
It can't be that bad.
Can't be that bad. Come on, we're not like the Philadelphia Flyers, who got their 7th goaltender,
literally,
of the year.
Yeah,
like you're thinking about that. Like, okay, so in the NHL you have 2 goaltenders, AHL you got 2 goaltenders, and then in the Eastern League you got another 2 goaltenders.
Right.
So where'd the 7th guy come from?
I don't know.
It's crazy. His name's Mike McKenna. I had to look him up. Apparently, he has experience.
He has some experience.
It's crazy.
They probably got him on the KHL, something.
It's like us pulling Matt's brother to do the podcast.
I think that's exactly what it could be.
What do you do?
I mean, are you? Yeah, we can't. No.
Goaltenders are like the drummer of the hockey team.
The weirdos.
The creepos. The weirdos and the creepos. Yeah, isn't that the truth? So you can find them almost anywhere. Now, speaking of hockey, let's get into it. This week, the NHL All-Star team rosters were announced, okay?
Yes.
So the one thing I'll say, I'm not a big fan of this All-Star hockey anymore, or even All-Star anything.
It's tough to shape the game.
We've talked about it before.
It's tough to shape the game.
It's boring, Like but the fact is the NHL is doing it, okay? So whatever, they're doing it, and they've got the 4 conferences going on, and they've picked players from each conference to represent. Okay, it's 3-on-3 hockey, so pretty exciting. They've changed it up that way. But a lot of big names were left off the roster, and a lot of big names that were on the roster and big names just general like hockey are coming out and saying, you know what? The only reason a lot of names got snubbed is because the NHL is trying to represent every team. They're trying to have at least one player from every team on the roster. Do you think that's the right thing to do? Or do you say, hey, bottom line, you've earned your spot. You should be on this All-Star team.
It's the wrong thing to do. I hate this whole, we got to get someone from every team. Look, if you're an all-star, you're an all-star. It was a Patrick Kane who comes out and says, Mitch Marner, he's in the top 10 for scoring.
Exactly.
How is this guy not on the All-Star team? Why? Because Matthews and Tavares are there?
Right.
So we can't have a third Maple Leaf, for example. But
why not?
It's the stupidest thing in the world. If you're an all-star, you're an all-star.
Why do you think the NHL does that, though? Like, is it literally because they think that the fans in Florida are going to care that much?
I think it's for ratings. I think it really just, for some reason, maybe they do get that really small Florida faithful that watches their one delegate come to the All-Star game.
It makes no sense. I'll give you an example, a really small one. Mitch Marner is a good example that you brought up. Here's a guy that he's in his year of negotiation. Next year he's getting contract, right? Like the money's coming. What if on his resume he goes up to Dundas and he says, "Hey, take a look," or Dubas, right? Sorry, Dubas, and he says, "Hey, I want this much money, and I should have been on the All-Star team." Well, you weren't. Well, I was top 10 scoring. I should have been. Like, it's a negotiating tool for some players to use when they go to get money, and they're not able to use it all because two other guys that have bigger names, and literally that's the only reason they're on the All-Star team is because they have bigger names and they get on. And so Mitch Marner can't even use that in his favor now for getting a little bit more money. That's ridiculous.
I agree. And the other thing too is that being named an All-Star or Pro Bowler or whatever the case is, however it's named in each of the sports, meant something.
Yeah.
You know? This person's a 3-time All-American, 4-time Pro Bowler. This person's a 7-time All-Star. Like, that meant something. Now, it's too commercial. Look, the NHL, I like what they do from the standpoint of trying to reinvent themselves and reinvent the game because they are, like you said, the 4 out of 4 team when it comes to the big sports. But man, just you're watering it down way too much. The skills competition, fine. Bring one from every team for a skills competition. But the All-Star game?
No, man.
If you're a
Bottom
star,
line, if your team is that good, like Tampa Bay, the fact that Tampa Bay had to hold back guys, like Toronto, had to hold back guys because other teams had to be represented when they're having a stellar year and these guys are having stellar seasons is ridiculous.
I'm telling you, it's almost like society's like that. Like, why are we rewarding mediocrity? Sports is the epitome of the pinnacle of achievement, of success, of that 1%. Like, yeah, so
man.
Come on, what are we doing here?
I agree. But, staying on that point, let's take it to the next point. A couple of weeks ago, December 27th, to be exact, because I had to go back. I wanted to make sure we weren't too far back, eh?
That's right.
The CEO of the Dallas Stars, a guy named Jim Lights, comes out on the radio station and says, "Hey, my two best players, Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin, they're not playing very good. They suck." Well, like, I'm paraphrasing, of course. He goes on a little rant on this radio station and goes lights out. He says, "We're not where we should be because our two best players, the two guys that make the most amount of money, are not living up to their expectations." And wow, did it cause a stir. Jamie Benn comes out of nowhere. "I don't play for you. I play for my teammates." Tyler Seguin, "I don't listen to this guy. I don't play what." And then the NHLPA comes out to represent the two players going, "Yeah, we don't agree with the CEO talking this way." Did the CEO of the Dallas Stars have a point in what he said?
Of course he had a point. Who do these guys think they are? Hold on, backtrack. So you mean to tell me Jamie Benn goes, "I don't play for this guy, I play for the fans"?
That's right.
Jamie Benn,
I play for the team.
I play for the team. Yeah. Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
You do play for him because he signs your checks, you idiot.
Exactly.
And if you don't like it, not only can he trade you, he can dump. He can do whatever he wants with you.
Exactly.
Okay, so stop with this horse shit because Jamie Benn at the same time when it comes contract signing, and if Dallas doesn't want to give you the money that you think you're entitled to, you're going to drop Dallas like Donald Trump dropped Stormy Daniels.
I love it. But
okay,
let me go backwards.
No way.
Let me give you this.
You guys are out of line. The players are out of line.
Ben last year signed 2016. He signed a couple years ago. 8 years, $76 million. And Seguin just last year, this past September, signed 8 years, $78.8 million. And your CEO is coming out going, "Look, I gave you guys what you want. I gave you the money. I've given you a decent team. Where's the production?" And I'll give you. So you're
this
saying,
is like a reverse Jerry Maguire.
So Jamie Benn at this moment has 30 points. Well, as of the last time I wrote my notes down, he's at 30 points, and Seguin has 32 points for 78 and 76 million respectively. So does the CEO have a point? Hell yeah, he's got a point, man. And you know what? Welcome to real life, you guys. Real locker room talk, real life. If your boss thinks that you're playing crappy, then yeah, he's got a right to say it, man. What's your problem? You know what the problem is, Dimitri, is that these guys have been babied so much over the years that they don't know what constructive criticism is like and what it feels like in the real world.
Accountability.
Zero, man.
You're paid to be a top performer because you've been a top performer. You said you're going to be a top performer. That's what you're paid to do. And if you're not going to take you know what? A real pro would turn around and be like, hey, unfortunately, he's right.
Yeah.
Because you know what playing for your team is all about, Jamie Ben? It's not about, hey, let's all be chummy in the locker room. Yeah. It's about results.
It's about results.
Okay? And you guys aren't even in the top 10 or nothing.
Nothing, man.
I don't know.
Now, since then, a lot of people are going, well, Mitch, that was a couple of weeks ago. It sure was.
They're being too hard on them.
I don't know. So I checked on their stats. Since that rant, since that rip by the CEO, they've played 6 games since then. 4-2. 4 wins, 2 losses. And guess what? What was it? 6 games ago, you guys were not even in the wild card. Now you are.
Now you're in the wild card.
Now you're in the wild card.
The proof is in the pudding.
Proof is in the pudding.
There you go.
I don't even want to say what was about to come out of my mouth.
We both.
I think
we had a Bill Cosby joke, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I was going to say something. I'm not going to.
No.
I'm not going to do it.
We're better than that.
2019.
Sure, we can talk about maybe putting something in the pudding, but we're not going to do that.
That's right, guys.
We're going to go past that.
We're going to jump right over it. And speaking of jumping, let's go into the NBA. Let's go right into the NBA. And let's talk about a little something called Kawhi Leonard making his return to San Antonio. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but I loved it. You know why? They did a little interlude for him. The guy was a pristine player down there. The guy took care of business. He was rocking and rolling. He won a championship. He was MVP when they won the championship.
If you ask Stellar Argo, he's the greatest player of all time.
Exactly. But the fans, there was fans that loved him and miss him, and then there's fans that decided to start ripping him apart. And all I gotta say is one thing. If there's one person in this world that loves you more than your girl, loves you more than anything, it's your mama. And Kawhi Leonard's mom was sitting in the stands, and as one guy started ripping Kawhi, mama got up and ripped him apart. Remember a couple of podcasts ago, I said, how far can the fan take it? How far? Well, I'll tell you this. They're not taking it any further as long as these players start bringing their moms to the games. I dare you to cut somebody down.
I've been thinking about this.
Yeah.
You know, who trumps who? Kawhi's mom?
Yeah.
Or the Maria Hojas?
Oh, no. Maria Hojas.
Because I'm telling you, you know, that person's lucky it was only Kawhi's mom in there.
Oh, yeah, man. It was crazy. I bring it up because kind of like parallel to the Jamie Benn situation, a little constructive criticism of this, that, and the other. It's funny to me. It's funny to me that Kawhi's mom's in the stands. She's watching her son play and this and that. Some guy gets up and says things to Kawhi while he's shooting free throws and doing whatever. And then mama's got to jump in there and
how
just
do you
take care of
respond
business.
to that?
Like, what do you do? If you're a player,
are
you mad at your mom, or are you like, Ma, come on, sit down for a couple seconds. Relax. It's okay. I got $100 billion. It's fine. He's got nothing.
You know what? I bet you that's how we started. He's like, Ma, come on. Like, what are you doing? You can't, like the guys are here watching.
Man, I love it.
And then everyone else on the team in Toronto was like, dude, your mom is the best. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
And they're going to start bringing their moms.
I think this is what they got to start doing. Bring the moms and
just
have
get
them. I dare anybody.
But you got to plant them.
That's right.
Strategically near all the exits.
Great idea.
Right?
Yeah.
Everywhere. You just got to plant them.
Strategically planting them.
Totally. It'd be like, man, Lowry really had it. What you say about what you talking about?
Exactly. Just rip them apart. I love it. Now, for 1 second, I don't want to talk about it a lot because you know how I feel about it.
Touch and go.
Touch and go.
Go ahead.
Touch and go. What is LeBron's problem?
Oh, come on, Mitch.
Touch and go.
Come on,
Touch
Mitch.
and go.
Go ahead.
He doesn't play the other night. A couple of weeks ago, he's not playing. It was like last week. He wasn't playing. He was taking a little relaxed step. He walks in with his wine, by the way. Beautiful Merlot. He's walking into the stands.
He's an aficionado.
First of all, who walks into a stadium with a Merlot? Like that, I'm just saying.
LeBron James.
He does. And then they're interviewing him, how you doing, whatever. And he dubs himself the GOAT.
Yeah.
How dare he? Why does he do this? Why
Mitch, we don't have enough time
No,
for
we
this.
don't. But I just want to know, what is his problem? Because I know you love him. That's why I wanted to bring this up to you. Like, what's his problem, man?
The problem that he has is that he's right and people can't understand that. And you know what? If you don't think you're the GOAT, then you have no business playing at that level. Sugar Ray Leonard said it the best.
What did he say?
He said, they asked him, they're like, do you agree or disagree that Floyd Mayweather calls himself the best ever? And Sugar Ray Leonard said, if you're going to step into the ring or in any professional sport and not think that you're the best,
right,
then you don't have any business trying to be there.
Listen,
So good on you, LeBron.
I'm okay with him being cocky and proud of
You
himself.
just couldn't.
But I couldn't. I told you I was going to take it off, and then I just could not. No, I can't stand it. He knows it's going to cause controversy. He knows it's going to cause fighting, and he does it anyways. It just,
You know what you pulled on me right now? You know what you pulled on me?
What I pull on you?
I'm not going out Saturday night. I'm not doing it. I'm going to stay at home. I'm going to have a relaxed. 9 p.m. comes in. You think you're going well. Friend phones you up. You're out the door. That's what you just did.
Okay, how about this? I'll throw the segment, our favorite segment, respected or expected. Respected or expected that he calls himself the GOAT.
Respected.
I expect it. That's kind of guy. That's kind of guy he is. He's the kind of guy. He's dubbing himself because no one else will dub him the GOAT. He dubs himself.
Right.
You can't self-gloss yourself.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
I've been doing it for years.
Yeah, and look where you are. And look where you are. Sitting across from me at Real Locker.
I like to think that I'm doing well, but thanks for the dig.
No, we're doing okay. We're not goats yet.
Wow.
We'll get there.
I hate your
Don't
guts.
you turn this on me.
I hate your guts,
I don't know
Mitch.
why.
You changed. I hate 2019 Mitch. I like 2018 Mitch. Jeff, what?
Yeah, what?
Well,
What are you going to say?
Just on that point, I think you can dub yourself whatever you want. Freddie Mercury's original name was Farid or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's an East Indian guy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But no one else does either because he just told everyone he was Freddie Mercury.
Ah, and you know what? That won the Golden Globe Best Picture Award.
Yeah.
The Queen or whatever.
It's
Yeah,
a good show.
Bohemian
Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah.
I heard great things about it.
Great things. I was a little upset. Star is Born got snubbed. No one snubbed Bradley Cooper. Nobody.
Not the future biography actor for Tom Brady.
Exactly.
Nobody snubs him.
If you start snubbing him now and he feels like he can't be that guy in that movie that we're about to produce,
But Bradley
they're killing
Cooper,
us.
Bradley Cooper's ripping his mind out. He goes, I got Lady Gaga. She has the most Twitter followers ever.
Yeah.
Right? I get Lady Gaga. I got me,
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper,
Right.
the greatest Bradley Cooper of all time,
Yeah.
the genius behind all 3 hangovers.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be honest.
No, he carries
put
the show.
plan
Yeah,
together.
He puts it together, yeah.
Okay. And he got snubbed. You can't, you know what? You got to have, it's that
And did you
X
see
factor,
him
man.
sitting there the whole time?
He didn't like it.
Dude,
He's ready to get off
right
his
up
chair.
front. He's right up front.
By the
and-
way, yes, we did watch the Golden Globes.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is our segue to it in a quick little way.
Yeah, but he was ready to, he was half off his chair the whole night.
Yeah.
Like one ass cheek fell asleep.
Yeah.
Like I like to see the after picture. I bet he's got like one droopy cheek going down
I
because
was
of
not.
gravity.
Did you like the Golden Globes? Did you like it?
I like it because it's a little more relaxed. It's not as superficial, I find.
I'll give you that. It's
Right,
everyone's
like it's-
there. They're trying to enjoy. Andy Sandberg, best host. That's your host. That's the guy you run with.
Oh, yeah, you can't go anywhere else.
No,
he's the
he's
new
great.
Billy Crystal.
Let's not get
Eh,
carried away.
No, but you know, like
it's
in
a big jump there.
It's a big. I'm just saying he could do it
He can. He's great.
more times than one and be successful.
I agree with you there. I liked it. I thought he was great. I thought I'm not a big guy on the. What do you think? Can I ask you a question, Jeff? What do you think of this too? And Matt, you can pipe in if you want. My question is this: when the music comes on, somebody's doing their speech and the music comes on, no one's respecting the music anymore. They're all like, "Well, yeah." Like, how many times did you see it where they're like, "No, turn it off. I got something to say. Do you respect the music, or do you you allow the production to finish? Like, I don't know where I fall on it. Because
I think you got to bring back that cane. You know when they had the cane in the hook and they just hooked the guy
Or the gong, right?
off stage. No, not the gong. Get the cane. Just
cane.
whoop.
That'd be great.
I think
That's
that
what you
gets
gotta
right
do.
back to the point you guys were making. Too many prima donnas.
Too many prima donnas.
Oh my goodness.
And one person won an award, the whole cast would go up. It was like, oh my God.
Well, they're wasting time on the way up.
And that's the other thing. It's not a big room. It's not like they couldn't get there right in
It's
time.
a small room.
Did anyone catch your eye? Anyone kind of look good to you? Anything?
Anyway, that was a really loud breathe into the microphone. That was
huge, yeah.
that was big.
Yeah.
Anyone catch my eye? Nah. You know what? I got to say, Penelope Cruz still looks great, man.
She looks nice.
You know what? And Salma Hayek too. What are these ladies doing?
I didn't see Selma. You know what?
Or not?
I'm gonna
Not
say-
Salma Hayek. Sorry, Douglas's wife. There.
Oh, yeah,
Catherine Zeta-Jones. What are these ladies doing? They're not Botoxing. They figured something else.
I'm gonna throw this
They
out
might
there.
do that melon thing that Cindy Crawford's doing.
Did you
That's
see?
what they're
Did
doing.
you see Michael Douglas beat out cancer? Did you see what kind of cancer he had?
Do you see how good he looks?
He looks great. Do you know what kind of cancer he had?
What did he have?
He had tongue cancer. Do you know how he got that? Yeah, that's right. That's how he got it. HPV. It's a real thing, everybody. So I'm just
You can't
pre-warning the world.
You can't fly too close to that
See,
song.
he won. He won.
Don't do it.
I'm telling you. I swear to God, I'm gonna stay off it. I'm just telling
Speaking
you.
of licking, sorry, we gotta
Google
go into
it.
this.
I swear to God.
Speaking of licking, did you see on the news that guy lick in California? He licked the doorbell 300 times. What's that all about?
I don't know,
I gotta
man.
tell you, the only failure here is if you can lick a doorbell 300 times and not make it ring, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's all I gotta say about it.
It's a little weird, isn't it?
Yeah, and then he exposed himself on the front lawn.
That's just, you know what? Like, I know you broke up with your girl, bro, but man, let it go, man.
He was devoted to that.
Let
I just
it
saw
go.
someone shared it at work
Who
today.
was she? I want to see a picture of this young lady. I want to see what this is all about. Like, what's up with that? How drunk do you have to be to go to a bar, get smashed, show up at her house, and lick the bell for as long as you did, and then get naked on the front lawn?
I gotta tell you, alcohol is just an asshole enhancement program.
It's such
if
a
you're
trip.
not born that way, alcohol won't make you that way.
Again.
You know, Jeff,
He's done it again.
The Yoda of the podcast. We say it every week. The guy's smart.
Yep.
He gets it. That's experience, Mitch.
That's
We're not there
experience.
yet. We don't have it.
So you say to yourself, what are we going to talk about next? NFL. It's obvious. Licking doorbells right to the NFL. That's where we're going from. Yep, that's how we do it. So we took a week off, and what happened during that 1 week? Well, week 17 happened. What happened in week 17? A couple of teams had to figure out how they're going to get into the playoffs, if they can get into the playoffs,
And
right?
speaking of week 17,
Yeah.
okay, just to show you the power of the roster.
Right.
And Matt, you can verify this.
Yeah.
Is it true that you reached out to the locker room, to the roster, and as a result, won your fantasy football league?
Yeah, I would say so. I picked up Damian Williams,
Good
CJ
pick.
Anderson, and then flexed Roby Anderson with Dak as my QB. So it was a injury-riddled team, and
How much did you win?
1.5.
1.5 what?
Million. No.
was
He won $1,500 for first place in his league.
I almost passed out right here.
I know, that's what I'm saying, man. Crooked. That's why Crooked Commissioner Jim.
Yeah.
He's got to step it up. Where's the money going, Jim?
Where's it going, Jimmy?
I think he's
he
going
paid
to the
me, though.
poker
Oh, okay.
tournament.
Yeah, that's right. We don't need to tell you about missing funds at a poker tournament.
Exactly.
We-
No,
just
ooh,
wait.
yeah,
Whoa,
it's,
whoa.
itchy.
Let's
Tricky
move on.
conversation.
NFL.
Let's move on. NFL is
Oh,
good.
there
Hey,
you
we're
go.
back.
All right,
Okay.
okay.
All right. So in week 17, a couple of things had to happen.
Yeah.
And let's just talk about it real briefly because obviously wild card weekend happened last week, so we got to jump into that. But in week 17, the Minnesota Vikings, all they had to do, Dimitri, is do what?
The purple team just had to win.
Win, and they're in.
That's it.
That's all.
It's not
Against
that-
the second string Chicago Bears.
That's
it,
right.
right?
Yeah.
And what happened? Who did Minnesota play? Oh, wait. They didn't.
Oh my! They weren't there.
They weren't
That's
there.
right. That was Chicago in that wild card.
Minnesota fan, we've given you a lot of slack this year, and we've taken some slack because we're a Packer fan, so we got it back from you guys as well. What's wrong with you guys?
Come on.
Seriously, man. All you had to do is win, and you're in,
Mitch,
and you guys
the
still
solution-
somehow lost.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
Because I have empathy.
Oh, sure.
I know what the solution is.
Okay.
All they have to do is just pay Kirk Cousins a little more money.
Oh, more money.
More money.
So 3 years, 84 million is not enough.
Is a little undervalued.
Little
He's
undervalued.
a little upset.
Right.
3 years, 100 million's more like it. No, but in all seriousness, you know what they got to do?
What?
Get the CEO from the Dallas Stars to come in and tell Kirk
That's
Cousins
it.
to stop performing.
That's it. That's a great idea. I love that. So, Minnesota fans, sorry, but you guys, all you had to do was win. You didn't, you're out. Chicago obviously advances, but what did that do? That allowed Philadelphia to get it, and we'll get to that in one quick second. Next on the agenda is the Cleveland Browns needed to beat Baltimore to make it a little controversial in that division. And what happened? Pittsburgh needed to win. Pittsburgh did win, but it was weird. Pittsburgh had to win without their number one wide receiver. Antonio Brown's like, I don't feel like playing today. A lot of people thought he was injured. That's not what happened. Him and little Ben got into a big fight. And he said, I'm not coming to play. Was Antonio Brown MAGA or Malaka for not showing up the last game needed, even though they won the game?
Look, you know where I stand. I love the standoffish things, but really quick, he is a malaka for doing that because you're a professional athlete. If you got a personal thing with your quarterback, that's fine, but you show up to work. Okay,
Absolutely.
This is very different from the Le'Veon Bell situation. This to me, very childish. Antonio Brown, sorry, malaka.
Yeah, absolutely. And on top of it, this guy during the holiday season was on Instagram, all the other ones, and he's dubbing himself the GOAT. He had like rings
Well,
made.
it looks
and
like
goats and-
he's insta gone.
Oh, he's, you know know what? I hope you get traded, and I hope you get traded to somewhere on the XFL, man.
Or the Dallas
Like,
Stars.
he's a good player. He's a great wide receiver, but man, first off, can I just say one last thing?
Yeah.
You want to dub yourself the GOAT, bro, and you're a wide receiver? Jerry Rice is the true GOAT of the wide receiver
you
position.
meant Randy Moss. You meant Randy Moss.
Come on, man.
You meant Randy
Come
Moss.
on now. You can't argue with me on this one right now.
I just did.
Jerry
Randy Moss.
You're going to take Randy Moss over Jerry Rice.
10 out of 10 times on my team.
Oh, my God. Well, this podcast went the hell in a handbasket right now.
Are you crazy?
Am I crazy? Do you want me to flip the microphone and like get into a full physical fight with you right now? I can't believe
You'd
we're
have
even
to flip it
arguing here.
pretty high from where you stand.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
At 5'11"
my
and a half, we're on, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's do it.
You know, your problem is you come up with these really stupid. You're A, a conventional thinker, or B, you come up with these little stupid, tricky things just to sound cool. Randy Moss is better than Jerry Rice. I'll take him 10 out of 10 times on my team.
Okay.
And the guy even played for the purple team.
I'm gonna
so
tell you this.
know I'm unbiased.
I'm going to tell you this. Fair enough. When the roster hears the stupidity that just came out of your mouth right now, wait until
Where's
the backlash.
Where's
Poltergeist?
I want him here. I want him here. No, I want him on the show. I want you out. Matt, get in here.
Unbelievable.
I want Mitch out.
Unbelievable that you
At least
just did
Matt's
that.
a winner.
Matt's
You're a winner
I
too.
won
You
too.
won,
This,
you're
yeah,
one.
exactly. All right, so
on.
that fine. Yeah,
It's your fault.
This was
See,
not part of the agenda.
you're-
We're not going to
you're
fight
an
about this.
instigator.
We're
You
not
wanted
going
to
to fight
scrap
about this.
LeBron James and bring him in. You
fair
wanted to
enough.
throw a little Jerry
You know what?
Rice, you bring
but
him
I
in.
didn't think you were going to argue with me. I actually thought you were on the same side.
I'm a little bitter.
dead serious.
I'm a
right
little
now.
bitter.
You can be whatever you want, but you're wrong as 100% is what
Mitch,
you are.
just go
All
on.
right.
I
So
can't-
that's
I
set
can't do
up
this with
this
you.
week. Last weekend, wild card weekend.
Yes.
Always one of my favorite weekends of the week or of the year. Pardon me for the NFL.
I got to be honest. It's I love the championship, the AFC NFC championship games, and then the wild card weekend, and then the Super Bowl third. I'll be honest. That's
Yeah.
my order of
I love
operations.
it. Let's quickly run through it. The Colts crush Houston. Okay, you got the LA Chargers. They say, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me." They didn't fall for it. LA Chargers come out and they beat Baltimore, no problems all day long. Philadelphia does the unthinkable again. They got into the playoffs lucky. It took 2 crossbars and the Bears to unfortunately lose that game. And then you got the other game, Dallas winning at home against Seattle in a great game as well. So they move on. Dimitri, last weekend, I'm going to ask you a quick question. Of all the games last week, which team surprised you the most, good or bad?
The team that surprised me the most,
Yeah.
I have to say, are the Seattle Seahawks.
Really?
Yeah, and Mitch, I'm going to tell you why.
If it has anything to do with the punting, I'm going to kick you in the face right now. I'm telling you right now.
So I got to tell you why. You know, I was a non-believer.
That's right.
But as the season went on, I said, who is this punter?
That's right.
Who is this guy?
Who is this?
It's a form of defense.
That's right.
They're starting to win games. Well, it was primed for the winning.
Right.
You know, Seattle, shame on, on the situation that happened with the kicker.
Yeah.
You know. But
Wow,
it's
big surprise. Jankowski's like 300 pounds kicking a ball. I wonder what was going to happen. Like, literally, man.
yeah, seriously, right? So this was prime.
Yeah.
This was ready to go.
Okay.
It was his turn. And I was surprised that during the onside kick at
Right.
the very end of the game, to give him a chance.
Right.
Just a chance.
Right.
Just a chance at the ball. He just gracefully gave it to Beasley. Great, like in what would be argued as the worst onside kick.
Worst.
So here's what's great.
But that's not his thing.
Here's what's great as a Packers fan.
Yeah.
I thought that the worst thing that ever happened was Seattle, like Green Bay Alex. Remember when he totally botched the grab?
Yes.
I thought that was the worst thing of all time.
Right.
But no. This. So it surprised me that a punter of that magnitude, of that expertise, that the upper echelon
I
of
gave you
punters
an opportunity
gave it
to
away.
talk about something serious for a second. Which team you like, didn't like?
No.
And
are you saying punting's not serious?
Punting is serious, but the guy
saying
is
it's
not. The guy's a punter. He's not an onside kick guy. He's not an a field goal guy. Of all the things you could have chose, you went after my guy, the guy that got him into the playoffs.
Because it
you went
shows
after
how
my
much
guy.
you're full of shit.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
This goes back to
without him. They don't make the playoffs.
It goes back to what I said. You thought you were so cool. You're like, you know what?
Yeah, I am cool.
I'm gonna pick the punter,
and he made
He's
it
a
into the
difference
playoffs.
maker.
He made it into the playoffs. You know what?
He
They live
lost
and die.
the game for them.
Exactly. They
Lost
live and
it.
die with him. He got him in and he took him out. Now,
You're
I'll
an
tell you the
idiot.
good and bad. You want to hear it? It's going to be the argument that happens again between you and I. Nick Foles is the
Stop
greatest
it.
quarterback
Stop
that has
it.
ever played
Stop it.
playoff football.
He's the girl on the side.
No.
You don't
I
fall
want-
for this trick,
no,
Philadelphia.
I'm falling for it because he works with that team. Bottom line, he may not play
come
the
on,
best
Mitch.
football, but dude, that team seems to just excel when he's on the field.
For this period of time
Carl,
only, not the
pack
season.
your bags, you're gone, buddy. Get
Look,
out
man,
of here.
Look, no. Nick Foles should just change his last name to Wentz. Just call him Nick Wentz. That way, there's
Everyone wins?
Everyone wins. It's good. Look, Nick Foles is the Guma.
Yeah.
He's the Friday night girl.
Yeah.
Okay? Wentz will always get you. Look, what happened when Nick Foles was a starting quarterback for Philadelphia? They couldn't even make the playoffs, man. They were terrible.
What are you talking
about?
about?
They were terrible.
Buddy.
The moment when he had the full season under his belt, he sucks. Look, this is the best quarterback tandem of all time. This is like when the NHL found out that you can have two goaltenders win you the cup. That's what's happening here.
Fair
Wentz
enough.
gets you to week
As
10.
I'll give you that.
Foles doesn't.
Okay,
But
I'll give you
Foles
that.
gets you
as
the
long
Super
as
Bowl.
Philly acknowledges that is what's going on, I'm
Yes.
down. I'm
Yes.
down with it.
That's what I'm trying to tell them. That's the Guma. That you marry Wentz,
Yeah.
and you only bang
But
Foles.
Wentz is always hurt. I'm down. I don't know what's up with
yeah,
Wentz.
like wives are always complaining.
You know what? I hate it because you make a point every time, and I hate it.
Oh my
it
God,
drives me
she's
crazy.
nagging, she's nagging. But the Friday night girl doesn't nag.
No,
the
she
Friday
doesn't.
night girl
No,
delivers.
she doesn't.
She's there just enough.
You're right. You're right. I hate it when you're
If
right.
you have too much Friday night girl,
I will say this though. I know you hate this team. I know you do, the Bears. But I kind of a little empathy, as you said earlier about the Vikings.
Yeah.
buddy, they
Not
came
me.
back. They had a great little run. They had the kicker, and then no, it's not that it missed wide. It hits the post and then hits the crossbar and out. That ball could have easily just went the other way. And
That's unbelievable.
it
That's
sucks.
unbelievable.
It sucks.
But yes, I was so happy when that happened. And it just goes to show you that freezing the kicker works.
It does, man. It's a psychological game. It really is. It absolutely is. All right, let's get down to it. It starts again this Saturday.
Yes.
Playoffs, divisions. Let's go down to it. You got KC at Indy. Dimitri, what do you like in this game?
Look, in this
Just
game,
straight up.
what I like the Kansas City Chiefs to win this game. I know Indianapolis is coming in hot, but like cooler heads prevail. Take the KC Chiefs. I like it on this
In
one.
the next Saturday game, you got the Dallas Cowboys at the LA Ram Illuminati. The Rams are favored by 7 in this game. As a pick'em, not the spread. What do you like?
Look, just as a straight pick 'em,
Yeah.
guys, we told you what's going to happen.
It's inevitable now.
The LA Ram Illuminati are advancing.
It's happening.
Come on.
It's all happening. And then we go into Sunday. And Sunday is everyone's favorite day of football. You got the LA Chargers versus the New England Patriots. What do you like?
It might be conventional on this one. It might be consensus, but I do like the San Diego Chargers to come out with the win here. It's
Over
going to be
New England at home.
It's going to be close, but I like what's happening. Look,
And then-
look, guys, I got to tell you what's happening right here.
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers has like 19,000 kids to feed.
It's something
He
like
needs the win here.
He needs the
He needs the money.
He needs to play the bonus.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong. You're absolutely right. And then in the Sunday night game, the one that, well, not night, but the final game of the weekend, Philadelphia at New Orleans. What do you like?
Guys,
Look at me. What do you like?
I'm going to tell you what I like.
Look at me. What do you like?
I like the NWO.
Yeah,
Look, you got the
come on.
LA Ram. Look, Mitch and I have been telling you for weeks. You got the LA Ram Illuminati, the New Orleans Saints. The initials are NWO, New World Order, Illuminati, New World Order. Guys,
It makes sense, you guys. It just does.
We've been telling you for weeks. This is the NFC Championship game. Stop fighting it.
Yeah.
New Orleans goes through. LA goes through.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
It's done. It's
Quickly,
no guessing.
in my rundown of pick'ems, I'm just going to say this. I think Indy pulls off the upset. I don't know why. They're just so hot right now. They're so hot.
They're really the Hansel
I
of the
do.
league.
I am going to take the
Yeah.
LA Rams with you. I'm taking the Chargers with you. I think they pulled the upset, even though I don't think it's that big of an upset. And I'm going to ride the bus, baby. I'm taking buddy until somebody knocks Philly out. I have no choice but to take Philly. I have no choice.
That's unbelievable.
I have to. I have no choice. I have no choice.
Well, look, hey, if the defense shows up like they did last week, they got a great chance.
And I think a lot
against
of the rosters going, hey, wait a minute, what happened a couple weeks ago? Final week of the season, it was us versus Mandu / the roster. Big data.
Did you want to bring it up? To
I
them?
didn't want, but I'm going to. We crushed you guys. We came from behind, and I made big data. I had to go Control Alt Delete big data because you didn't know what you're doing. I crushed.
You had to end the task.
I ended the task. Blue screen of death is what I did to him. And so sorry, roster. Me and Dimitri came through and destroyed you guys once and for all.
So challenge for next year.
That's
and
right.
Matt, as
Be
a
ready.
witness, will the roster be able to actually dethrone?
Well, they're
Do
gonna
we create
dethrone.
our own loofah for this?
I think we get our own loofah for this.
Can they dethrone
Yeah.
the champions? We beat you guys.
Yeah.
You'd be embarrassed. Matt, you're in the roster for crying out loud.
Yeah,
Just
man,
be
what
ashamed
happened?
of yourself.
What, you guys ashamed
Come
of
on.
yourself.
He didn't get the pick. Maybe
Well,
that's
true.
what it is.
He didn't, but it wouldn't have mattered. It didn't matter, Matt. I'm sorry.
We're
It didn't
Greek.
matter.
We know exactly how to come from behind.
Exactly. Wow.
Whoa.
That is
2019 is
Honestly,
hot.
we are on fire today. Now listen, we're gonna end this rant session right before we get to Maga Malaka.
Okay.
With a little MMA, a little boxing, a little fighting. There's some big things that happened while we were gone, and some things that are about to happen. Go ahead, Dimitri. This is your.
That's right. Well, we got to recap. Let's start with the MMA. There was a lot of controversy coming into this fight. They were in one place. They had to go to another. The guy's taking steroids. The guy's not. The guy kind of is, but he's not. Blah, blah, blah. John Jones, Gustafsson. It happens. Mitch, I thought, and I think you agreed with me as well, so I can say we both thought that they put him up against a good guy way too early in Gustafsson. And John Jones comes in with the win, in my opinion, quite easily.
Oh, easily.
Quite easily. So I stand corrected. I'm only human.
Yep. Hey. You make mistakes.
I make mistakes.
Hey.
I bleed red. Okay?
Your hair is never making a mistake, though. Let me tell you that.
That never makes a mistake.
makes a mistake.
The gut can make a mistake.
Sure.
Okay?
The hair? Never.
Forget it.
No.
Mitch, were you surprised as I was with this?
You know what? Yes and no. Like, I did think Gustafsson was going to kill him. I honestly did. I agreed with you.
Yeah, me too.
But I was, but at the end of the day, like I said on the last podcast, I don't care. I gotta be honest, man. The fact that I know he peed hot and it wasn't a micro. Like I listened to,
and it wasn't gonorrhea,
and it wasn't a big deal. Yeah, exactly. It was a small little salt grain of what it was, but bottom line, it was there, and it was enough to have caused all this kerfuffle and all this stuff and blah blah blah. So no, I'm sorry, man. Congratulations, you won. Big deal. I don't care. I don't care. I think the fans were the ones that got kind of shafted in the end. And at the end of the day, I just think that MMA fighting in general right now is getting a bad rep, man. And it's gonna take guys like an Alex Torres, guys like George Kambosos,
real fighters that aren't on the juice.
That's right. To take this sport back into the highland as well as where it should be. As where it should be.
The RLRT zone.
That's right.
Professional fighters.
Alex Torres has got a fight coming up in February. He's obviously been on the podcast twice. Local legend here in Calgary. He's going to be on ESPN in the next couple of weeks.
That's right.
We're going to be watching him.
Roster, really important. He's fighting on ESPN.
Yeah.
It's on a Sunday. We are looking to stream the fight, potentially.
Yeah.
At Bonus Air, home of the 10-cent chicken wing, Wednesdays and Saturdays.
That's right. We're ready to rock and roll. We are excited about that. And then our other guy that's been on the podcast, Mr. George Ferocious Kambosos, is fighting in the undercard in the Pacquiao fight coming up. When is it? Next week?
So he's been training with Pacquiao for the last 4 fights, I believe. I could be mistaken,
Yeah, I
but
think you're right.
correct me if I'm wrong, give or take 1. But he's been training with Pacquiao, and the first time was when Pacquiao went in to go fight Jeff Horn. Because he's from Australia. They're in roughly the same weight category. Georgia, I believe, fights at 140. And they've been sparring together.
Yeah.
Pacquiao got him on his undercard, and he specifically went on and said, no, I want George Ferocious Kambosos on the undercard. Guys, we got to help support this. January 19th, when Pacquiao faces Adrian Broner, George is on the undercard. And to get a glimpse of George, you can go back and you can listen to it. It doesn't have a number. It's our bonus episode
That's right, yeah.
with George Cambosos. I believe it's just after episode 30.
Yeah.
So please have a listen. Let's help support George.
And then while I was gone, Alex was here hosting the show because God knows you weren't taking care of it. So thank God Alex was here.
I needed a champ.
Yeah, you needed.
I needed a winner.
That's right.
That's what I said. Why not? And he's been on the show twice.
He's a
He's
two-timer.
two-time.
Two-time.
It's amazing.
Now, just speaking of champions, because we got a couple of minutes, Jeff, we are rushing through this, but we are doing great on time.
Are we
Fantastic.
actually?
Yes.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, you guys are doing pretty good.
Thank you. Now, going
I
back to the
honestly
job.
felt that we got lots of time.
Yeah, we got time. We got another hour
relax,
easily.
man.
No problem. Don't worry about
Let's
it.
get back to the
Or
Golden
5
Globe.
minutes.
Oh, sorry.
I just want to say one thing about Jones, okay? A couple weeks ago on the podcast, I was like all mad about John Jones, right? I'm like, blah, blah, how could they change the venue and all this stuff? And then you said something that has been stuck in my head, literally, where I actually did research on it. And you're like, look, man, they don't have a roster. They literally don't have anybody to go back on to
Yeah,
help
that's
them
right,
out.
they
They
don't.
had to change. They had no choice.
Outside of McGregor.
So I went back and I looked, and we're not stat guys, but I did this just out of my own time.
But
just
we're
to say-
smart.
But we're smart. Ladies and gentlemen, the UFC, the MMA, the top pay-per-views, the top 6 pay-per-views, top 6, top 5, pay-per-views that the UFC has all have one thing in common. And that, my friends, is the name McGregor. McGregor Khabib, number 1. McGregor Diaz 2 was number 2. McGregor Diaz number 1 was number 3. McGregor Alvarez, McGregor Aldo. So for all those people that keep saying, well, McGregor's too big, he's the only reason people tune in to the UFC. So then I went further down the list. And I'm like, hey, where's John Jones on this list? Guys, he was number 22 on the list. You know who was number 2? Ronda Rousey when it came to pay-per-view buys. Who was number 3? Brock Lesnar. So when Dimitri says, and I need you guys to listen, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, when he talks MMA, he knows what he's talking about. The reality is these guys don't have anyone to fall on. They had no choice but to move the venue. They really did
Look
have
at
no
those
choice.
names. Brock Lesnar, WWE, comes in on a part-time basis when he's not on contract here, when he can fight over there, and he had the health complications. Consider him, really it's a wash. Ronda Rousey, done from the sport. McGregor, actually bigger than the sport.
Right.
Okay, so yes, they didn't have anyone else. And that's why I say the MMA fans, you guys are fooling yourselves. When you sit there and complain on the one hand, you need it. You love it on the other hand.
Yeah.
It's like someone who's addicted to crack. You know it's bad. You can't stand it. You hate it. But damn it, you love it.
Yeah.
You love it.
I don't know. I've never tried it. But okay,
Yeah,
sure,
you
we'll
know,
go with it.
This
Yeah,
is what
fair
I hear.
enough. Yeah,
It's what I
okay,
hear.
fair enough.
Anyways, so that's that
is.
when it
That's
comes to
what it
MMA. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you another thing. We got to talk about the spectacle that happened really quick before we get into the last point. Fight. Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Does an exhibition.
Oh, right, yeah.
With Tenshin Nagasaki.
Sure.
I really don't,
Yeah, I don't
who
know.
cares? Who
Yeah.
cares? Now, there's a lot of speculation on this one in terms of was it a fix or not. Mitch, I got to ask you. So it's
Yeah.
a 3-round exhibition fight. Mayweather comes in, completely manhandles this guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they had to stop it because he had knocked him down 3 times. His corner throws in the towel. A lot of people saying it's fixed. Some people saying it's not. Where do you stand on that? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it was fixed to some degree. Like I saw little highlights of it, but I got to be honest, man. I heard he was 3 hours late to the venue. So again, shame on you, man. Like I don't get this guy. I know he's making hand over fist money, and if he's getting paid, keep doing it. But have a little respect for the people that have bought a ticket and coming in. And then, yeah, watching what he did to that guy, I think it was fixed. Because if this guy's touted to be as half of what they said he was, the guy looked like me in the ring, man. The guy looked like what I would look like if I was to fight Mayweather. Like he got pounded
Yeah, the
and
weight
pounded
size-
bad.
But you know what? Yeah, it's true. See, I'm on the camp where I don't think it was fixed. And here's what I truly believe happened. This Ryzen company said, look, we got some money to throw around.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we pay Floyd Mayweather, the biggest name in boxing, to come over here, and get some draws?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they think that their fighter is so good that he could at least compete.
Right.
I think Mayweather, number one, the weight classes aren't even, that would never ever get sanctioned in North America, ever.
Of course. Yeah, sure.
It was crazy. Like Mayweather's like 20, 25 pounds. He didn't even really train for the fight. You could tell he was kind of out of shape, even though he still looks good. but he knocks him out in the first round. I'm sitting there like, Ryzen, you sold your soul to the devil.
Yeah, man.
You wanted to make a quick buck to promote, which was in reality a smart idea to say, let's bring this big name here to get more pay-per-view buys. But he made your top guy look like an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm not excited for tension right now.
Right.
And to the point where Conor McGregor, that's why I wanted to segue into that as we were speaking about McGregor's like, I want to bout with this guy.
Yeah.
Let me have at him.
Who doesn't? I want a piece of this guy,
Yeah,
too.
are you crazy?
I'll fight him.
Floyd Mayweather made $9 million for that?
Yeah, man.
I want, if Floyd Mayweather walked in looking like Damon Wayans from The Great White Hype, if anyone remembers that old boxing movie, right? Where he had the gut and everything, and he still kicked the shit out of the Great Irish Hope.
That's right.
That was Floyd Mayweather. Guys, look it up, The Great White Hype. I'm telling you.
That's amazing.
History repeats itself.
It sure does. It
Anyways.
Sure well, that's it for the podcast. We're done.
Well, see you
there
later,
it is, Matty.
Happy
There
2019. Get out of here. That's right.
That's right. Sorry. It's time. 2019, we start with a bang. So earlier we said a couple hockey players couldn't take some constructive criticism, probably because of parenting. I don't want to blame their parents, but there might have been a little parent.
That's it,
I'm sure their parents are very fine people, and
they're not yelling in the stands.
They're not yelling in the stands. Then Kawhi's mom jumps in, rips the heckler apart.
That's right.
So 2019, Dimitri, I have something to announce today. I'm going to announce it really quickly here on the podcast. I announced it a couple of days ago to my friends and family. Jeff?
Yeah.
Guess what I did 3 months ago? That's right. I'm gonna
got married.
I'm gonna be a dad, my friend.
Oh, you got.
I'm gonna be a parent. I am gonna be a parent. And as my cousin who called me earlier says, you might be 40, but you act like you're 18. Yes, Mary, it's true. I may be 40 and I may have the mentality of an 18-year-old.
Mitch, congratulations.
That's okay. Listen, kids keep you young. Don't worry about being 40. They'll keep you young.
The future of the podcast survives.
So that's why today's Maga Malaka is about, I'm going to need some advice, gentlemen, parenting.
Whoa, boom,
I'm going to need some advice here. Here we go.
Bring in the
Maddie,
experts.
I don't know how many kids you have. I'm sure you have 3 or 4. Based on how you look like you probably have a couple of illegitimate kids out there. So are you ready? Maddie? I'm nervous. I'm nervous because I'm. You know what? I don't. It's a big step here.
It's a big.
I almost feel like crying. Jeff, are you ready?
I would totally make fun of you.
Dimitri, you ready?
It's emotional.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm ready. I'm maybe not quite as emotional as you are, but I'm ready.
There's something in my eye.
Are your eyes sweating?
Right off the bat, I want to just know when it comes to parenting.
Yes.
Like I'm kind of jumping the gun. Like obviously I'm gonna have a baby and then it gets in, but I'm gonna go right into basically the middle of their life / into their adulthood.
Yeah,
okay? Just
the first part's easy.
I feel like I should get ready for that.
Okay.
So let's start with grounding. Is that a MAGA move or a Malaka move? Grounding.
So is that before or after the physical disciplinary action?
If you're Greek, most Greek kids are listening to this right now going, what is that?
Because if it's just grounding, that's malaka.
That's malaka.
Okay, you got to do it. You got a little hit and sentence.
Hidden sentence.
Hit and then sentence.
Oh, hit and then sentence. Yeah, exactly.
Just like our parents did, just like they did to us.
Right.
No. Yeah, but malaka.
Malaka move, right? Jeff?
You're not allowed to hit your kids anymore. They can call the cops and file a complaint, actually, and it happens. So those days where we just got smacked or belted or kicked in the ass, those they don't exist anymore.
They're gone.
Our parents are so lucky.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's so true.
So you can barely yell at your kid in public anymore.
Yeah.
So there's got to be some disciplinary action, I suppose. But then what is it going to be? What are you going to do?
Is it I don't know. I guess so. Grounding is a MAGA?
I don't,
Parenting's tough.
Parenting is tough.
You're going to find out.
Well, tune in next week if I want to.
Parenting is the setup into the Malaka seat, no matter which way you look at it.
Fair enough. Okay. Let's do it. Malaka. Malaka. All right, let's just push it right down. Let's keep going. What if they come to me one day and they're like, Dad, I want to become a musician. What do I do at this point? Do I say you're a MAGA or do I say you're a Malaka? Which one should I
Jeff,
do?
you go first.
I bought guitars and drums for all my kids, and they showed no fucking interest at all in any way, shape, or form.
You know what? I'm gonna say.
I think if they show an interest in any art form, help them be expressive. Help them not watch video games 24 hours a day.
That's what I was gonna say too, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm saying if they come to me, I'm gonna say, you know what? That is fantastic. That means you're artistic and you're smart. MAGA it is.
Look, for me, it's a MAGA. I'd rather that than my daughter growing up saying, "Dad, I don't want to be a musician, but I'm going on tour with the band." That is
that could be a
straight
problem.
MAGA.
That could be a
is
problem.
MAGA.
That could be a problem. What about learning when they want to learn to drive? Should I want to learn, like teach them how to drive, or should I just send them to a course? MAGA, Malaka, what do you think?
Yeah, Jeff, we need your wisdom here. I'm the opinion, send him to a course, because if I know me as a teacher,
right.
Matt knows me. I'm not easy to deal with.
Here's the answer to that one.
I get angry.
I've got the answer to that one, and it's really fun. I've taken all my kids out driving when we go camping, or sometimes I drive out to Ghost Lake. It's frozen. You can drive down on the lake. It's a big ice field. It's so much fun. And I just let them drive.
That sounds
And then
dangerous,
when
but
they
okay.
need actual training to pass their license, I go get them training.
Beautiful.
But yeah, have some fun with them. Don't be the teacher.
So be
that's a
MAGA.
Malaga position.
Be a friend.
Yeah, be a
Be a friend.
Have some fun with them. Then send them to the instructor and let him take their shit.
Plus, I need somebody to drive me from the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Right?
true.
That's what it is.
No, it's no joke.
And then I got to teach them the back roads.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
The scenic road.
See? I'm
The
getting
back
good
road-
at this. I'm
the-
already an amazing
The
parent.
back roads
You can
are
just
where
adopt the
all
16
the
year-old.
fun
This is
happens.
fantastic.
Matt, why don't you be my son?
All right, here's a couple more, and we'll be done for 2019. First ever podcast in 2019. You ready? The birds and the bees. Do I teach them, or do I let the world teach them about that stuff?
You know, maybe a while ago that was a thing, but now with Pornhub.com,
Yeah.
I say that's a malaka. Just send them there.
really?
That's better
I'm not gonna
resource
lie to
material.
you. I'm so glad my mom and dad did not have that talk with me. But I feel like I may be very skewered because I also did not have that talk with them.
My
Jeff?
dad, when I was a teenager, my dad actually goes, "Dimitri, you know how it works?" I go, "Yeah, Dad." He goes, "Okay."
That's it.
My mom and dad bought me a book. They
bought you a book?
And it wasn't the kind with the good pictures. And I gotta say something else. By the
Point A to point B.
time your kids reach puberty,
Yeah.
they're gonna probably be telling you shit.
It is not the truth. It is not the
Oh
truth.
man, how many more positions can they create?
I don't know what to do here. I don't know.
I don't know about me, but isn't missionary the only way of doing it?
If Kama Sutra was in Dimitri's dictionary, it'd be one page. It'd be one
You're the
page.
guy who went to Vegas for porn week.
All right.
Blame my
birds
sister.
in the-
Blame
thanks
my
again
sister's
for that.
Cosmo
So
magazine.
birds in the
Thanks
bees.
again for that DVD.
Malaka. No discussion.
No,
Malaka.
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 Get
Let
it
them
out.
on their own. You're on your own. That's it. You're on your own, kid. Sorry. That's it. All right. What about right before we got here, Jeff? My cousin calls me to congratulate me on the news, and then she starts telling me about her son. He's 9 years old, 10 maybe, and little K, as I call him, or Money K. He calls
Money
me,
K.
yeah, K Money. He calls his mom, who's a teacher, and says, "Mom, I got an emergency." She's like, "Oh my God, is he burning the house down?" No, it's worse. He's in love.
What?
Does the mom and the dad, should they be giving love advice to the child? I was very drawn back right now when she asked me.
Yeah.
She's like, I didn't know what to say to, like, he wants some advice. What do we do? Do you give advice to a 9 and 10-year-old?
Yeah, you do. Look, basing on statistics, knowing this won't go to marriage because it's a young age, I say he just pulls it out right away, plays his odds.
Whoa!
Hey, come on.
They're 10.
Nah, whatever. Come on, man. They know
Come
things.
on.
What are you talking about?
Jeff,
Listen.
edit this one.
I didn't tell my parents shit, and the more they knew, the worse it became.
It's true.
Jeff, again.
But my kids shared a lot more with me. They didn't share, the itty gritty details. But I think that anytime when your kid wants to share something with you, you got to keep that discussion open. That's how you stay close.
Hold on a second.
I think I'm feeling it. Jeff, did you dust this thing over the
You got to
holidays?
have the discussion.
Maga, it is.
Maga it is.
Last one of 2019 for parenting advice to all you parents out there, including myself. Reminding your kids that they've ruined your life. Is that a MAGA move or a MAGA move?
That's a MAGA move. That is a MAGA move.
I basically I want to kind of be where my parents are like. Before we had you, things were good. Things were good.
Do you want to know what it is?
You can't give your kids that complex.
Ask our parents.
You know what's
Jeff.
gonna happen if you do?
Ask every
You're gonna
Greek
do your own
parent out there.
podcast, and then that's what happens if you
This is our
You guys
forum.
are terrible.
Yeah, you know what? You know
Okay,
what?
I'm gonna tell you one thing, and I hope it makes your year better. Whatever you guys do, don't lose. And I realize that you're gonna have a lot more responsibilities as parents. But don't lose that husband and wife thing. Don't lose that boyfriend girlfriend thing. You still got to have time for yourself. You don't need to remind your kids that they're, getting in the way of
Trying
that.
to make us cry on the podcast. What's this guy doing?
You know what?
Don't give your kids a complex.
2019. You got
Okay?
parents' advice, love advice. What else do you want? You know who's gonna win this weekend because of me and Dimitri? That's it.
I don't even know.
Boom.
This is real locker room talk with Jeff. He does it every time. He's so
Does it.
wise. He's smart.
Beautiful.
He's the archon. He's the alchemist.
Be right on book is what he should be
locker
doing.
room talk. Now you need your own podcast. Mitch and I will edit it. Yeah, that's right. But we got to pay homage because this is the greatest studio of all time. This is Alchemy Studio, alchemystudios.ca. Check out Jeff not only for what he does with the music, but of course what he does with the recording studio and the education part of it. Thank you to macromindmedia.com, at Headversity. Follow us on the channels at Mitch and Dimitri, reallockerroomtalk.com. Get on the roster, get on the discussion board. Thank you for everyone, and I will throw it out there. We got the loofahs coming.
The loofahs are coming.
Loofah awards are coming, and you need to be in the locker room on the roster discussion board to find out. But right before things get heated up on this show, truly, Mitch, we cool down because we got to hit the showers.
And somebody's getting up this year.
Someone's going to get up.
Someone's gonna get up.
You know who you are.
You know who you are.
You didn't get a troll call, but you know who you are.